All right, Bill, you want to weigh in? Yeah.
Hi, how's everybody doing today? I think most of you know me. My name's Bill Panzer. I'm an attorney. Been involved in cannabis reform for at least 25 years. Actually, before I was a lawyer, because I was also a musician. Gee, musicians and marijuana. I think there's a correlation there. One thing I can unfortunately report to you is that as of yesterday, it's definite that there will not be any legalization initiative on the California ballot this November. To make the November ballot, signatures had to be turned in by yesterday, and nobody could make it. We did have at least 3 competing legalization initiatives this year. I helped to co-write, along with Omar Figueroa and Joe Rogaway and Pebbles Trippett and Frank Lucido, the Repeal Cannabis Prohibition Act of 2012. Thank you. There's not a lot of difference in what we all want, the 3 different initiatives. The problem is that we need more unity. I think there's people involved in the movement that, they want to be on top, so they have to have their own initiative. Basically, my feeling is I don't give a damn who gets the credit for it as long as it gets done. And the other thing that I feel very strongly about is that the initiative itself has to be worded in a manner to make it bulletproof, because whatever we pass, whether it be the legislature or people by initiative, eventually there's judges that are going to be interpreting it. And for the most part, these judges and the prosecutors and the police don't like us. They don't like medical cannabis. I mean, there is a prison industrial complex in this country. This country, we have 5% of the world's population. We have 25% of the world's prison population. And 65 to 75% of the people behind bars are there for drug or drug-related crime. Now that includes the guy who, steals your TV to buy the heroin, but if the heroin only costs 50 cents, he's not going to be stealing your TV to get it. Same thing, if you can't stand on the corner and make $500 a day, you're not going to have 14-year-old kids shooting each other with Uzis over who gets to stand on that corner. So it's important to realize that whatever we pass, it's going to be interpreted by people that are going to try and interpret it in a very different way than we see it. And that's the mistake I see with a lot of initiatives. For example, Prop 19. I have no doubt that Richard Lee intended the best for Prop 19. But Prop 19 set up a system where general state law outlawing cannabis remained in place, and local communities were authorized to opt out of general state law and legalize production and sales within that community. The problem with that, if they'd run that by someone like myself or Patrick or a criminal defense lawyer that works with this stuff regularly, is any of us would have told him the state constitution specifically says that local communities are not allowed to opt out of state law. So if 19 had passed, likely a judge would have looked at that and said, well, that part's unconstitutional. And we would have completely lost that. There is one initiative right now, the Jack Herrera initiative, the CCHHI, I think it's called.
California Cannabis Hemp and Health
Initiative.
Initiative.
California Cannabis Hemp
and Health
Initiative, which they have until June. I think there's many of us, and I probably include myself in this, that would love to see the 60s hippie kind of model. Free cannabis for everybody. You go into the store, they give it away for free, no money involved, socialism, blah, blah, blah. The reality is, we live in the United States, it's a capitalist country, and there's going to be money involved. There is going to be regulation, whether we like it or not. So it seems to me that the best way to go about this is if we present regulatory schemes, starting out with medical. People are lazy. Legislators are lazy. They'd much rather take something that's already there and tweak it than start from scratch and reinvent the wheel. So if we put our model there to be tweaked, we're going to have a lot more say into what eventually happens.